Heiser Automotive Group's Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular on My 24, is brought to you by Heiser. Today's your day. U.S. Cellular, in the middle of nowhere. Additional support has been provided by the U.S. Army, Gruber Law Offices, Salvation Army, Sweetwater, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Empire Beauty School, the Big 920, and Bryant and Stratton College Athletics.
From Nichols Stadium in Shorewood tonight, it's the Woodland Conference Championship. East meets West. The East champion Messwood, 7-1, 6-1 in the Eastern Division, taking on Western Power New Berlin Eisenhower. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, brought to you by U.S. Cellular. We're just about set to go. The United States Army Color Guard has made their way to the center of the field, and we're ready for our playing of our national anthem.
Members of the United States Army for joining us for tonight's broadcast of Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular. Please direct your attention to the middle of the field as our honor America. Tonight's color guard is presented by members of the United States Army. We thank you for your service.
Set for championship football tonight. New Berlin Eisenhower looking to make it 2 in a row tonight if they can pull this off.
Yeah, they were on an impressive run last year all the way to the state championship game, and they picked up where they left off and have rolled through that Western Division.
And this Messwood team and the development this program has undertaken here in the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, the pundits didn't give them a big chance coming into this season, picked them to finish 5th, and here they've walked into the championship game, and they're excited to be here, but they want to make some noise.
Let's go down to our keys to the game, brought to you by Heiser Automotive Group, and tonight we've got it drawn up here for New Berlin Eisenhower.
Well, New Berlin Eisenhower always likes to control things, and first of all, they can't allow Aaron Eimers, the quarterback for Messmer, to get free. They need to get the lead. That's when they play best. Their defense takes over games, and they want to continue to force turnovers.
And for Messwood tonight, what do they need to do?
Coach Davis wants to see, can his offensive line negate that front four for Eisenhower? They can't let Eisenhower control the clock. They've got to make sure they can get them off the field, rack up some first downs, and their special teams need to have a positive impact on the game.
Our Heiser Automotive Group keys to the ball game tonight. Another key tonight is going to be the weather. Teams going left to right tonight are going into a pretty strong northwest wind.
Yeah, we thought it was a little chilly last week, but I think we've topped it this week. I don't even want to know what the wind chill is.
Eisenhower won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. Messwood will get the ball to start our ball game. Eisenhower in the white jerseys. The Greyhounds in the red. Woodland Conference Championship game underway tonight here in Shorewood. And this kick will make its way into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Messwood ball at the 20. Again, a reminder tonight, Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular, is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games. And also don't forget, tonight's game will be rebroadcast Sunday night at 7 right here on My 24. From the 20-yard line, Greyhound ball, Aaron Eimers will get things started at quarterback. 6 foot, 175 pounder. First team all-conference. They'll go double wing most of the time, and that's what they'll line up here. Wing left and a wing right. Send the left wing in motion. They'll run it up the middle with a big gain, and then some. Zoe McDowell out to the 33, make it the 34-yard line. Jake Shara in on the stop defensively for the Lions.
Yeah, on the year, McDowell's got 1,076 yards coming into this game. Real threat at any moment to break loose.
There was some question early this week about whether he would be available, but he's battled through a little bit of a lower body injury. Makes his presence felt with a 13-yard pickup and a first down for the Greyhounds. He'll get it again, bounces off a couple of tackles across the 35-yard line. That's as far as McDowell will get it. Colton Filipowicz in on that stop, the junior inside linebacker for the Lions.
Well, Coach Tony Davis really thinks he's got an excellent offensive line. He wants to see how they match up against a very staunch Eisenhower defense.
Second down, we'll call it 9 here for the Greyhounds, just across their own 35-yard line. Eimers is going to keep it, takes it out across the 40-yard line. He's a threat. Scrambled, he's had touchdowns in his last 4 ball games running the football. Nate Clark in on that stop. Set the defense for you. 4-4 alignment. We talked about Shields in the pregame. Freichels was kind of a question mark whether or not he would play tonight, but he is in there. And of course you got Beekle, that outside linebacker, along with Clark inside, and Taus, the cornerback, the Jim Leonard finalist.
Outstanding defensive backfield we'll talk about a little bit later on.
Third and short here, 3rd and 2 for Messwood. All at their own 41-yard line. Eimers taking his time. They'll send the wing in motion, that's Perrine. They'll give it to McDowell left side, and he's not going to get it. Stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Good pressure up front. Davey Council, a two-way player, one of the few that go both ways for Coach Kearns, in on that stop.
Right at the two ends. You've got Council at one end, is at 238. Outstanding player. And at the other, Captain Mark Shields, Defensive Player of the Year nominee for the whole state this year, based on a remarkable junior campaign as well as this year.
Well, 4th and 2, and they're going to appear to punt. That is Eimers, the quarterback, who dodged the punting. We'll spread it out. That wind will knock it down. An in traffic catch is made, coming back to the near side with it. Lewis out to midfield and tackled at the 48 of Messwood. Garris Walker was in on that stop on special teams for the Greyhounds. Max Lewis, one of the finest returners. Lewis, a 60-yard touchdown return last week against South Milwaukee.
Right, he's part of a defensive backfield that's picked off 15 passes so far this year. They really like to hang their hat on having tremendous defense, and then their offense likes to grind it out.
Let's head down to Mike McGivern, our first visit tonight.
Hey guys, real quick, Pat Miles, who is our lead referee tonight, it's his birthday. Turned 60 today. Want to say hi to his mom, Marjorie, who's in the hospital. Hope you're getting better. He's hoping to get out soon. Happy birthday to Pat.
1st and 10, Lions at the Greyhound 49-yard line. Send the man in motion to the near side. That's Helke. They'll run it up the middle. Himmelspach with a big gain. Himmelspach running people over inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Jack Himmelspach, captain and first team all-conference, nearly broke one from 49. Andre Sullivan there on the stop.
Yeah, Himmelspach was part of a very dynamic backfield last year for Eisenhower. Kind of got overlooked sometimes with Joe Bologna and an excellent quarterback as well, but he's really continued that fine performance this year.
First downs this quarter brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Try it again over that right side. Gain of about 5 on the play for Himmelspach. And Had 4 rushing touchdowns on 13 carries last week in the victory over South Milwaukee.
Right, and as you watch the Eisenhower offense, even though they're in a shotgun, they're really running the wing T with those wing backs coming in motion. They bring slot men in motion, constantly are shifting where their strength is. Really present some problems for defensive coordinators. And I imagine Mark Sullivan as well as Coach Antoine Davis are trying to figure out, okay, how do we stop this?
A timeout taken here. Well, coming up later tonight, we'll highlight an important point in the game as our watershed moment. That feature brought to you by Sweetwater, that Southeast Wisconsin Watersheds Trust. 2nd down and 5 from the 15-yard line upcoming here for the Lions. Drive started at midfield. First big run, 21 yards. Open things up here by Himmelspach. They give it on the end around to Lewis. Coming around the near side. Lewis bangs his way inside the 10, down in the 5, 1st and goal. Lions on Max Lewis running the jet sweep. Anthony Acevedo, the inside linebacker, and Campbell, the free safety, in on that stop.
A number of these Eisenhower guys are two-way players. They've got 6 of them going 2 ways, and we've seen Max Lewis returning a punt. Can see what an excellent runner he is.
Nice block by Himmelspach in there to open up the hole. 1st and goal for the Lions at the 5. Himmelspach up the middle, taking tacklers into the end zone for the touchdown. Himmelspach, his 19th rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, that offensive line, David Council at the left tackle, Matt McNerney, Nicholas Anderson, Isaac Freikels, Mark Shields really got off the ball. You can really see them moving that line of scrimmage 4 yards up the field.
It was Nicholas Anderson, I believe, along with Freikels, that moved Elijah Taylor Jordan, who's 6'1", 280, knocked him 2 steps off the line of scrimmage. Layler for the extra point, and it's 7-0 Eisenhower. Opening drive starting from midfield, going 49 yards in 4 plays.
You know, there's always this talk about the difference between the Western Division and Eastern Division, and we saw Shorewood Messwood get that initial first down, start to get things going. Now they stop their offense. Eisenhower takes over, goes down the field. How will Shorewood Messwood react to this? This becomes a question that, we talked to Coach Davis. He's got a lot of confidence in his team.
Himmelspach, the 5-yard touchdown run, as I mentioned, 19 on the year on the ground, and 2 receiving touchdowns on the year as well.
Yeah, Eisenhower definitely prefers running the ball.
So this will be Layler kicking off.
Yeah, we were told they were going to make a change because Layler was battling a little bit of a leg injury with his hip.
He will kick this one away. And it's caught and then dropped. And then he's going to go down inside the 20-yard line. Marine on the return. Jimmy Arcuri getting down on special teams for the Lions.
Well, Chris Liddon is the special teams coach for New Berlin Eisenhower, and that's, they think, one of the mainstays of their program is how well their special teams play, and we saw excellent coverage there.
They'll spot the progress at the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there. Heimer's the quarterback. McDowell the single back. And they'll run it. McDowell tripped up in the backfield, got back to the line of scrimmage. Nate Clark, the inside linebacker, the senior, able to take him down by the ankles.
You see that front, it almost looks like a 6-2 the way they play their 4-4 because you got those 2 wing backs to the outside the tackle. So they're trying to cover each of those positions and then flow to the ball.
No gain. 2nd down, 10 upcoming. You get a good look at down that line. McDowell dives across the 20 out to the 21-yard line. Again, another good stop up front. That was Davey Council's second tackle of the game for Council.
You know, the middle of that Sherwood-Messmer offensive line, they've got 6'5", 362, 6'1", 297, 6 feet, 265. But they're also going up against one of the top defenses that is in this area. And so far, Eisenhower is winning that battle.
Just how good is this Eisenhower team? They have yet to give up a point in the first quarter this season. Stellar defensively. 3rd down 8 from the 21. 3 receivers left. Single back is McDowell, and Eimers wants to throw. Will cut it upfield. Taken down from behind. Chased down by Mark Shields. And he'll bring up a 4th down. Another punting situation here for the Greyhounds.
You know, Shields a year ago was in on 108 tackles. You know, kind of a real consensus first team choice for the all-conference team. And as we mentioned once before, he's a nominee for the top defensive player in the state of Wisconsin this year.
That's Jake Shara back there deep, standing near his own 40. Awaiting the Eimers kick. Eimers gets this one away. A nice kick into the wind. This time it's Lewis again. Lewis with some room down the right side. Across the 45 and down to the Greyhound 40-yard line. 18-yard return. And that will lead us to our first commercial break. And 7-0 New Berlin Eisenhower over Sherwood-Messmer tonight. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Woodland Conference Championship. 7-0 Lions on top of the Greyhounds tonight. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Woodland Conference Championship game. Short field again for the Lions on their second drive. They'll start from the Greyhound 40. See the Miami-Dade, Florida Police Department's Crime Scene Investigations Unit in action as they solve crimes that other departments can't. Don't miss CSI Miami tomorrow night at 7 on My 24. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 as we head down to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, listen to Sean Crowley, defense coordinator at Ike. He said, boys, we got to keep hitting. We got to keep our cool. Nothing good happens after the whistle. So let's keep our composure. Let's play good football, and let's win this game. I like listening to him coach.
2nd and 13. Passing situation for Seifert. Under some pressure. And Seifert going to be pulled down from behind near the 40-yard line. Chasing him down, Anthony Acevedo again in on that stop, the senior inside linebacker.
Yeah, as a 2-year starter, 31 tackles coming into tonight's game. They've had 2 strong plays in a row on defense. Maybe getting used to the kind of speed that Eisenhower runs their offense out of that, kind of belly wing out offense that they've created.
We were up here earlier in the week. Tony Davis kept harping about that. You got to match them up. You got to match up with them.
Don't get outflanked.
Don't get outflanked and take away their first strength. Make them go to that 2nd or 3rd strength. 3rd and 10. Seifert unloads near side, completes the pass. Ben Beekle, the wide receiver, able to make the catch short of the first down. A gain of 4 down to the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 6 here for the Lions.
Coach Kern mentioned that offensive coordinator Jim Crowley wanted to find some ways to get the ball in Beekle's hands a little bit more. They are primarily a run team, but they know going down the road they have to be diversified in their offense.
Beekle and Helke will line up to the right side. Spock, the single back, off to the right of the quarterback, Seifert. On 4th down, going to throw, comes back over the middle, leaping grab, and the catch made by Eli Helke, the junior, 5'10", 167. Climbed the ladder to pull that one down. Perrine made the stop.
as you look at the statistics, they're not a big passing team, but what they do have is some remarkable numbers. Helke has only 7 receptions on the year, but 3 touchdowns. They know their spots that they want to pick where they're going to throw the ball.
It's not quantity, it's quality, right? Is
right.
that kind of what the Jim Crowley going for there?
Yeah,
another Gruber Law Office first down. Keeps the drive alive from the 25. This is Himmelspach around the left side. Nobody going to stop him. Second touchdown of the game for Jack Himmelspach. Well, he was in third gear when he got to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you can see how their offense, with those wing principles, bring a guy in motion and then crack somebody back the other way. Confuse the linebackers. They don't know if it's going to be a jet sweep. Is it going to be a quarterback read and keep it? Are they going to run an option? It's a very, they say they hang their hat on their defense, but part of that is defense gives them great field position, and then their offense goes to work.
Layler for the extra point, the high snap, they get it down, and the kick is good. 14-0 Eisenhower as we head back to the sideline once again. Mike and Carol.
Hey guys, before we talk about what's going on, I just want to tell you it's been my pleasure working with you on the sidelines. You've been unbelievable.
I know. I'm a really nice person, aren't I?
And really good looking. Other than that, I'm here with Carol Kane. What's going on at CW18? You got a lot of cool things going on.
We do. We have got a lot of great things coming up, and we're really looking forward to this Sunday because we've got our Supergirl is going to premiere, and we've also got the reboot of Charmed, which is going to be showing up. And we're going to be working on a clip at halftime. Hopefully we'll have it for you, and you can check it out and see what Charmed is all about. We're going to have a big party, too. Join us in St. Francis for a viewing party. It'll be coming up at 42 Ale House.
Nothing like working with a very humble Carol Kane. Back to you, boys.
Always a pleasure. Brightens up our sideline each and every week. Carol,
Right.
Thank you for coming out once again tonight. Well, Eisenhower getting the early jump here on Messwood tonight, 14-0. Jack Himmelspach, 2 touchdowns tonight, 20 on the year now.
And we saw the Eisenhower defense do one of those things they said they needed to do that last time that Messwood had the ball. All of a sudden, we saw quarterback Aaron Eimers take off on a scramble, but they took him down within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Squib this one to the near side. Sam Campbell's going to pick this one up. Campbell across his own 20 and down at the 27-yard line. Look like John Wessling, and Jimmy Arcuri both in on that stop. Special teamers for New Berlin Eisenhower.
Wessling, a backup linebacker, only a sophomore, one of the few sophomores works his way into this junior-senior dominated team for Eisenhower.
Special thanks tonight to Dan for providing wonderful food again this week for our Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. Check them out at dandanmke.com for their complete menu and delivery options. Third possession tonight now for Messwood. This time starting this drive at their own 27-yard line. McDowell in the backfield. Eimers, very deliberate offense. We'll see this all night. And Eimers will keep it. Gets a yard out to the 28-yard line, if that. Again, rally to the ball, that defense for the Lions. Arcuri in on the stop, outside linebacker senior.
If you watch the Eisenhower defense, how they stay square to that line of scrimmage and work off the block, read the head of that offensive lineman, get to the other side of the head and fill each of those holes as they appear.
2nd and 9 for the Greyhounds. Again, a slot to the left, a slot to the right, 4-receiver look. Single back is McDowell. He'll get the call. And he's down right at the line of scrimmage. Just near the 30-yard line, got a couple that time. And another nice play by Arcuri, got in there first.
I was joined, they've just mentioned Gabe Baparakis got in on that tackle, and Coach Kern was talking about we've got a couple of characters in our team, and Gabe is one of them. They said, everybody kind of thought he was just a jokester, and all of a sudden this year, really emerged as a player, and he's, filling in, helping to help cover a little bit for Isaac Freichels, give him a little rest, and it's good to see kids as they mature take pride in what they can do.
I'll take a timeout here. Timeout, Messwood. Well, stay tuned. At the end of the game tonight, we will highlight our player of the game. That's brought to you by the United States Army, Army Strong. Messwood, a little confusion there on third down, and New Berlin has just gotten the jump on them. They're just a step quicker on each of the three phases of the game here tonight: special teams, offense, and defense.
Well, that front four really eats up the blocks, allows those linebackers to flow, and you see our Carey and Clark and Filipowicz and Ben Beekle all able to get in position because, you know, you've got Mark Shields on the one end, Davey Council at the other, and then McNerney is in there, and then they've been Ben Baracus, and then Isaac Freckles will try to work him in. He's fighting off a little bit of an ankle injury as well.
Both teams will be playing next week. They are playoff eligible. Obviously, Eisenhower undefeated, and Messwood also going to play. Selections late into the night, tomorrow night into early Saturday morning when they fill out those quadrants.
A lot of coaches will be checking their internet to see just what quadrant they've been placed in.
One of the top teams in D3, New Berlin Eisenhower. Reimer's in trouble, and down he goes. Full blitz that time up the middle. Nate Clark, the inside linebacker, on the blitz, able to get to the quarterback.
Clark's that other character that Coach Kern talked about. He said, you know, you're never quite sure what Nate's going to say. Keeps things loose, and you could see that time their defensive linemen all shot to the outside shoulder of the man they were over, gave the two inside slots for the linebackers to come shooting through.
Lost back to the 23-yard line. Eimers to punt this one away. Lewis and Shara back deep. This will be Lewis again. Bobbled it. It's on the turf. And diving for it at the 39-yard line, and no signal yet. Messwood thinks they have it. And it's Greyhound ball.
Maybe
Lewis had trouble coming up with that one. And getting up with that is Yaris Walker, who came away with the recovery.
Maybe there's the break Messwood needs to kind of get over that initial hump.
One more look. He had the man coming down, Campbell that time, who was one of the gunners. I think he may have taken his eye off the ball looking at Campbell bearing down on him.
Yeah, Lewis, you know, is showing a real tendency to want to catch every ball and run with it, not call a fair catch, and that time maybe misjudgment on his part.
Perhaps some life here for the team in red. Their first takeaway tonight. Late here in this first quarter, trailing by 14. Aaron Eimers has them set. McDowell in the backfield. They'll go double wing, two receivers. It's going to be McDowell trying to go up the middle, and he has stood up immediately at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Very stout Lion defense. Once again, McNerney, the two-way player up front, defensive lineman, able to make the stop.
Well, defensive coordinator Sean Crawley is not going to be outshone by his brother's expertise on offense, and you can see how they stem as you watch Eisenhower shifting their position, confusing the blocking schemes for Shorewood Messmer.
That will end our first quarter here in Shorewood tonight. Eastern Division hosting the Woodland Conference Championship tonight. New Berlin Eisenhower off to a quick start. 2 touchdowns by Himmelsbach, and the Lions lead the Greyhounds 14-0. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Messwood trying to take advantage of a turnover here. Muff punt. They face a 2nd down and 10. John Weiser and Terry Kelly with you. Mike McGivern down on the field tonight. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Woodland Conference Championship game. 2nd down 10 for the Greyhounds at the Lion 39-yard line. Around the near side, nothing there. Perrine on that carry, I should say. Shara on this stop. Trying to run something out of that wide receiver position.
Well, 2 of those defensive back for Eisenhower finalists for the Jim Lenhard Award for Best Defensive Back in the state, and Sam Taus and Jake Shara, each having an excellent year. 2 seniors that really have sparked the Eisenhower defense all year.
3rd and 9 for the Greyhounds at the 38-yard line of Eisenhower. Penalty marker on the play. Eimers in trouble, throws it away. Check out our first penalty of the evening.
Well, Shorewood was misaligned. They had 5 men in the backfield that time.
Patrick Miles, our referee tonight. Eisenhower will decline that penalty. 5 men in the backfield. There's a look again at that pressure on Eimers as we head down to the sideline once again, and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, between the quarters, there's nothing better for me than to sit and talk to John Kazabowski. He was my coach at Messwood High a long time ago, and he said, Mike, teams have thought they could get the edge on us all year, they can't. He said, this is a really talented defense. I love talking to John Kazabowski when I can.
4th down, Greyhounds are going to go for it here as they toss it to McDowell. McDowell trying to bounce it to the outside. Nothing there. Beekle, the outside linebacker, was right there, able to take him down.
Beekle showing excellent lateral speed as he got out there. 6'4", 200 pounds. Moves very well.
So Eisenhower will take over on downs at the 37-yard line. Here early in the 2nd quarter, the Greyhounds unable to capitalize on the muff punt. One more look on that toss. You see the lateral movement. Stayed home right there. Beekle saw it all the way. Stayed home and made the play. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Their own 37-yard line. Play fake. Seifert going to toss it out near side. Completes the pass. Helke with some running room. Helke able to break a couple of tackles down to the 34-yard line. However, there is a penalty marker at midfield.
Yeah, you're going to see a block in the back there. One of those things, he was going to hold up, and all of a sudden he couldn't quite stop himself.
Thanks, Pete.
Illegal block by the Lions.
I think it's going to go on Max Lewis. We'll take one more look. You'll see it develop right as he made the cut across midfield.
It'll just come into your screen right there.
Right there, yep.
That takes the Lions back 10 yards.
What's the old adage, Coach? If you see the numbers,
You see the number, just stand there and let him turn back into it, just like setting a pick in basketball. Somehow I always got called for fouls in basketball setting those picks, but that's all right.
Let's go!
Well, that 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so this is a 1st and 12 upcoming here for the Lions. Not much there, maybe a yard, that's it.
Andy, no! Andy, what are you doing?
Shara getting his first carry tonight. Sam Campbell, the free safety, coming up to make the play right here.
Yeah, you saw Messwood string that play out very well that time. Once again, one of the things that Coach Davis wanted to see his team do this practice that we watched, not getting outflanked, making sure you adjust where all their motion is taken in.
Gain of 3, second down 9. You look at the Eisenhower coaching staff. High snap, Seifert with trouble, ball on the turf. And it's recovered by the Lions. Second fumble tonight. Seifert was able to dig for it, the sophomore. We saw in warm-ups they were having trouble with that shotgun snap. Again, cold night at football, a little slick.
You know, the biggest mistake that you make as a center is you hold on to the ball too long, and all of a sudden then it's going out of its normal flight path.
Loss of 4 on that fumble sets up a 3rd and 13 now for New Berlin Eisenhower. Shara lined up wide here to the near side. They'll go 4 receivers, single back, Himmelspach. Seifert going to set up a screen pass to Himmelspach. He'll take it to midfield. Out near the 45-yard line, going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. They'll get 11 of those yards back. Himmelspach already with 2 touchdowns tonight if you're just joining us.
Well, at this point in the game, it appears that Eisenhower is going to punt it. Of course, it's nice to have a guy like Shields back there as your punter. Actually, it threw a pass this year when things went a little awry. He's not real proud of the result of his pass, but he is a very good punter.
Get this one. That wind just knocks it down near the 20-yard line, and they'll let it hit. And it will be Lewis who will down it near the 20-yard line. They'll mark it down at the 22, and that's where the Greyhounds will take over with 7:59. Well, our Salvation Army representative tonight is Major Angie Pennington from Milwaukee County Program Director. She'd like to remind all of us that we can help in doing the most good by donating again this year. Take advantage of 2 opportunities. You can drop off non-perishable food items in the Salvation Army barrel at any of our Thursday Night Lights games this season, or text TNL to 41444 and it will take you to the online donation page. They really could use that as they try and help out those folks down in Florida. Hurricane Michael just devastated the Panhandle coast of Florida. 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. Eimers running a little option. Will pitch it in the backfield, and the Lions were ready. Nothing there as they pitched it back. And our Curry was in on that stop once again. Another look here. Jerry Harden, wide receiver, who was lined up on the near side, circling back, and Lions stayed home watching that key.
And you can see that Shields set the edge for that, turned it back inside. The lateral movement of Eisenhower on defense is extremely impressive in terms of keeping everything in front of him.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Once again to the sidelines, and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listen to the offensive coordinator here at Ike. When they get the ball back, they're going to pick their tempo up a little bit and see if they can't get Messwood on the back of the heels a little bit. You watch, they're going to go a little quicker than they have been.
We'll keep an eye out for that as soon as the Lions gain possession. Greyhounds working a 2nd and 14. Try and run it with McDowell. Back out to the original line of scrimmage. 22-yard line, sets up 3rd and long. Well, all season we've had the opportunity to talk with our sponsors, coaches, and other guests down on the sidelines. Our sideline reports this season have been brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. We're in a 3rd and 11 situation here, Coach. Greyhounds struggling here offensively.
Right, we've seen glimpses both of, on offense and defense that Messwood can do some things, but they're running into really a tough opponent this evening.
3rd, we'll call it 11, just beyond the 21-yard line. And Eimer's going to throw over the middle, and it's going to air this one out, incomplete. Nearest receiver was Perrine, Delroy Perrine, the 6-foot senior.
Yeah, Perrine looked like he cut off his route a little early that time. He got jammed up a little bit by the defensive backs for Eisenhower.
And again, the Greyhounds with the wind at their back here in the 2nd quarter, so that pass going to sail a little bit. get enough under it. Lewis and Shara standing deep. Eimers, the quarterback, also does the punting for the Greyhounds. Get this one away. Fair catch signaled for at midfield. And made by Lewis. Lewis fumbled on that last attempt. This time coming up big with the fair catch. We'll take our break here in the middle of the second quarter. It remains Eisenhower in front of Messwood tonight. Our Woodland Conference Championship game, part of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. 14 first quarter points for New Berlin Eisenhower. They lead it here by a score of 14-0. When a star high school football player from South Central is recruited to play for Beverly Hills High, two separate worlds collide. It's All-American. That's Wednesdays at 8 on Milwaukee's CW 18. First and 10, Lions from midfield. John Weiser, Terry Kelly here with you. Himmelspach with a pair of touchdowns, running it up the middle inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line, 12-yard run for Jack Himmelspach.
We were commenting as we watched Himmelspach run tonight that he seems about 2 steps faster than he did a year ago. He's really improved that foot speed, and you combine that with the excellent line play that he's getting in front of him, having an outstanding evening.
They go up tempo, as Mike mentioned off that sideline report. Himmelspach again around the right side, dives his way forward down to the 29-yard line, gain of 9 by Himmelspach. Brought down on the play by Elijah Taylor-Jordan.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Mark Sullivan is trying to get this 3-4 defense to adjust, be able to match this speed, quickness, and the kind of misdirection that Eisenhower gives you at times.
Second and a yard and a half here for New Berlin Eisenhower. Bounce it through the right side, big hole for Helke. Helke still on his feet inside the 5. Elijah Helke on the run, Sam Campbell on the stop. They'll mark him at the 5-yard line.
And they run right up to the line of scrimmage, just as Mike was telling us about that up-tempo that they wanted to get cranking with.
24-yard run by Helke. Again, they try and go that right side down to the 2. Once again, it's Helke on the carry. Taylor-Jordan in on the stop. Second down and goal. They'll send 3 receivers to the left of the formation here with Himmelspach, the single back. Pump fake, they'll come back over the middle. Catch is made. Touchdown, Helke. And the Lions add to their lead, 20-0.
One of the things that Coach Kern talked to us about on Monday was they wanted to find a way to get the passing attack a little bit more polished. Gabe Seifert's done a nice job this year as a sophomore, and he's kind of growing into the role. In the past 3 weeks, his passing has improved immensely.
Helke, his 4th touchdown reception of the year. Layler to attempt the extra point. Olsen on the hold. The kick is up, and the kick is through. 21-0. Eisenhower on top of Messwood. Let's head down to the sidelines once again. Mr. John Pearson.
All right, guys. Well, right now, Eisenhower is doing the most good. Hey, speaking of that, it's the Salvation Army always doing the most good, and Major Angie Pennington joins me here. And it's that time of year. It's starting to feel like that time of year. What is that time of year right now for you?
It is red kettle season, 1 month away.
Well, what does it mean? We know we see everybody. Where does that money go? And just how big an endeavor is it?
The money that's raised in the Red Kettle campaign supports the work of the Salvation Army all year long throughout Milwaukee County. 87 cents on every dollar goes directly to help people who are in need, and they support over 80 different programs throughout Milwaukee, including the Summer Feed the Kids program, the Backpack program, the Toy Shop program, and lots of other activities. Right now they're gearing up a team to head over to Hurricane Michael, so they're just involved in lots of different things.
Now, one of the great things we've done this year is learn more about what the Salvation Army does with hurricane relief. The bad news is you've had to do a lot with it. And with this, what goes into that? You've got to mobilize so quickly. I mean, obviously you watch the weather, but you got to be ready.
Yep. There's lots of teams all over the country that are prepared, and each one specializes in different areas. Some serve food, and they have mobile kitchens that they bring out to serve both the responders as well as like those who are, families who are displaced. They also have teams who do emergency emotional care just to go help people, walk through. They've just lost everything and help them kind of figure out what the next steps are.
All right, contact the Salvation Army to join in and help out and look for those red kettles, guys.
John, thank you very much. Delroy Perrine with the return out to the 33-yard line, but there is a penalty marker. May have been an illegal block. We'll check the call by Patrick Miles.
Holding on the offense. Number 29, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down, Messwood.
Initially, there was a little seam there for him to cut through. You can see it open up there, but very quickly they converge right on that ball carrier. And it's one of the things you want to do on your kick coverage is you kind of just want to squeeze it right to the middle.
They'll move the football to the 20 on the penalty yardage here. Greyhounds, they've had the long field tonight. The Lions have had the short field.
Yeah, when Messwood wasn't able to take advantage of a couple of turnovers, that everything is kind of tilted. The field is flipped, so to speak.
Chasing 21 here as Eimers gets them set at the line. Wants to throw on first down, goes over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Perrine, the wide receiver. That's twice they've tried to go deep with Perrine.
And you see the Eisenhower defensive backs staying right with them, stride for stride. And the other part of the equation is you see what an excellent pass rush they're putting on, the amount of pressure they're putting on Eimers.
Brings up second down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Coach Davis couldn't say enough about Eimers. He's a four-sport athlete, a 4.2 grade average. So involved in the school.
Hear a little bit more from about Mr. Eimers a little bit later on at halftime tonight. Second down and 10. McDowell trying to bull his way up the middle, gets 3. Out to the 23-yard line. Shields in on that stop.
And I don't know if we're going to see a replay of that. Young man at left guard getting a good block downfield. Pierre Walker, 6'5", 362, out for football for the first time. Kind of leads the team in pancake blocks. And like we said, Coach Davis had a lot of confidence in the strength and the abilities of his offensive line, but they are matched up against a really tough defensive front here.
3rd and 7 from the 23. Movement up front. I think the Lions jumped the neutral zone.
Yeah, you can see both linebackers are going to try to shoot those A gaps. Make it a much more manageable 3rd down.
The snap, all sides on the defense, 63. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Davey Council, the defensive end, jumped into the neutral zone not once, but twice. Might have gotten away on the first one, but the second one definitely put him on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Well, Council, very nice frame, 6'3",
yes.
238. And once again, even more impressive is the movement of the Eisenhower defenders.
Well, 3rd and 3. McDowell will get the first down and then some out to the 34-yard line. Zoe McDowell, the senior. Colton Filipowicz in on that stop. And that's the initial first down tonight. Again, first downs this quarter brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College Athletics.
Got an excellent block that time from 65, Jeremiah Boyle, young man who squats 405 and deadlifts 455.
Play action. Eimers in trouble. Will take it out of bounds. Got it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard shy of the line, but nonetheless hung on to the football, at least saved a down here for his Greyhound offense.
Yeah, Eimers, excellent scrambling ability, and we talked before about how he's 4 consecutive weeks scored a touchdown scrambling. But the thing that's a little different this week is the Eisenhower players are keeping him contained.
This week on Faith in the Zone, former Pittsburgh Steeler and Green Bay Packer Tunch Ilkin joins Mike McGivern and Pastor Ken Keltner to discuss his faith and how it has affected his life professionally and personally. Faith in the Zone, Sunday morning at 8 and again Sunday evening at 8, only on Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan. No gain, second 10 from the 34. Eimers with a big hole out to midfield. 16-yard run by Eimers and a first down. Aaron Eimers. A little play fake that time on the option. Read option that time, read it correctly.
Yeah, you can see Eimers' running ability there, not only his speed, but also his cutting ability.
Rob Young, the offensive coordinator, chatted him up a little bit at practice this week. He likes this kid. See that last run by McDowell. First and 10 from midfield here for the Greyhounds. They're going to change the play here. So we slip under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. They'll toss it. Harden. And again, the pursuit laterally down that line of scrimmage to force him to the boundary. Not much there for Jerry Harden on the pitch. Mark Shields right there took him right to the boundary.
You can see why they've made Shields the nominee for the Defensive Player of the Year. They talked about the fact he's kind of redefined his body a little bit too. They said he got out for wrestling last year. Obviously works hard in the weight room, 6'2", 252. Very dynamic player.
Coming up during the Big 920 halftime report, we'll have a chance to talk about some new shows coming this fall on CW18. We'll meet a few of our sponsors, take a look at the highlights. That's coming up during the Big 920 halftime report. Second down, 8 from the Lion 48 for the Greyhounds. Again, Harden in motion. McDowell trying to go up that right side. 5 white shirts right there. That may be the quickest front 4 we have seen all season long.
Yeah, and that's about the third time that Messwood's used that formation. It looks like it's double wide, but it's not because they've got the other guy covered up. So you can ignore him, and you pretty much know they're going to use this formation to run. You can see how the outside man covers that man right to his inside.
Again, Harden in motion. McDowell gets, or the pitch by Eimers, back to Harden, this time close to a first down inside the 40-yard line. A very late pitch by Aaron Eimers. Nate Clark was there to make the tackle on Harden. Clock is stopped here with 47 seconds.
Yeah, Messwood just needs to get something on the board. That would really be a tremendous lift for them going into the second half.
First down for the Greyhounds.
So first down here for Messwood. Yeah, very uplifting halftime here. If they can get into the end zone here, you'll feel a little bit better about yourself.
The clock did not stop on the previous play. The game clock should be reset to 52 seconds. The clock will start on my whistle.
They want to reset the game clock to 52 seconds. And it will start on the referee wind here. And we've got it set. We got it set. And it will start on Mr. Miles' wind here. Be a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Greyhounds. Eimers wants to throw with some time, going over the middle. Catch is made, touchdown Greyhounds. Sam Campbell in traffic, made the catch, and the Greyhounds are on the board.
Beautiful throw that time by Eimers, right on the mark. Campbell's got nice range to him, 6'2", 168, and it's rare you're going to see Eisenhower DBs get beat deep.
The patience by Eimers. He took a hit as he delivered that football, just enough to get it to Campbell, who made the catch just before the goal line. His 3rd touchdown reception of the year. Eimers, his 4th touchdown passing the football. And he is on to attempt the extra point. This has been somewhat of an adventure this year for Messwood, and that one is no good. Wide to the left, 21-6. However, if you're the Greyhounds, you got to feel pretty good. You've got one in the end zone here late.
It sounds stupid to make this statement. You've seen that you can do it, but that is so important sometimes. If you're coming in, you've heard all about Eisenhower, right, how wonderful they are on defense, and your kids can be confident, but still they have doubt.
An 11-play drive that started on the 20-yard line. They went 80 yards, the 39-yard reception by Campbell, his 4th touchdown, or make that his 3rd touchdown of the season, the 4th thrown by Eimers this year.
Like we said, we've seen glimpses of what Messwood is able to do, both offensively and defensively, but it's no doubt they have not seen a team as good as Eisenhower, both offensively and defensively.
Shara and Lewis will stand deep here for the kickoff. Eimers prefers the middle of the 40-yard line. Again, he'll have a bit of a wind at his back on this kick attempt. And the ball falls off the tee.
It's like watching Peanuts, isn't it? It just
well, we're missing his Lucy. We get Charlie Brown out there, we'll be just fine. Try and get that lined up again. George Papa Cristo thinking about that too. You guys think about these things on the sideline when Basham's coaching?
No, there was never time for comedy then.
No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Although people don't realize what a great sense of humor Dick Basham has. You know, that it's one of those things, a little understated, but it's there. Those boys from Iowa, you know. I don't know if I've ever seen a spiral.
I've never seen a spiral kick like that. Nice grab by Helke, one of the short men, and he'll take it out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Eli Helke, the junior. Featured on that last touchdown drive by the Lions. We'll see if they continue up-tempo here or if they're content with going into the locker room up 21-6.
You know, as you look down the roster for Eisenhower, a nice mixture of seniors and juniors. They're going to have a nice team next year as well. They graduated 11 first-team all-conference positions. They had a number coming back, and they're certainly going to have a number this year. They've really got, Coach Kern's got that program really humming.
31 seconds, 3 timeouts. Seifert on the roll. Gets it downfield, nice catch, Beekle. Ben Beekle, wide receiver. Another two-way player. We saw him on defense earlier. Stop was made by Andre Sullivan. Clock will stop to reset the chains. Now they'll wind it down.
Got a sophomore throwing to a junior there, something that's got to bring a smile to the coach's face.
Beekle going out of bounds, stopping the clock with 26 seconds. Seifert wants to throw again. Under pressure. Going back over the middle, man breaks late. Biko with the catch, touchdown, New Berlin Eisenhower. Lost containment, the defender kind of came inside and Biko kind of tiptoed his way across the 5-yard line, slipped behind the defense and caught the touchdown pass.
And that's a case too where they should have perhaps had a sack, and Seifert was able to avoid that rush right there.
So Ben Biko, his second touchdown reception, and that was one of the keys tonight. We talked with Coach Kern, trying to get him more involved in the offense.
Yeah, both Biko as well as Sam Tauth, they were looking to find that. And unfortunately, Messwood finally does something positive, gets things going, and then right away, bam, hit in the face.
43-yard touchdown reception. Biko caught both passes on that drive. The pass that got him out of bounds into Greyhound territory, and then picks up the 43-yard touchdown pass by sophomore quarterback Gabe Seifert. 8th touchdown pass thrown by Seifert this year, and the 2nd touchdown reception by Biko. He had one last week against South Milwaukee, a 58-yarder against the Rockets.
Starting to emerge, 6'4", nice range, another basketball player.
If your team's in the Woodland, this New Berlin Eisenhower team's got some guys coming back next year, and there you see it, the 54-yard drive in just 23 seconds with Biko's 43-yard touchdown grab.
Yeah, that takes a little air out of Messwood. They're just starting to feel good about themselves, and all of a sudden, Eisenhower takes advantage and puts one up on the board.
Layler on to kick. Another short kick to the near sideline here, picked up on one hop. Ryan across the 30, out to the 36-yard line with 10 seconds to go. I would expect the Greyhounds to take a knee here and end this first half. Again, New Berlin Eisenhower winning the coin toss. They will get the football. They deferred in the first half, get the football to start the third quarter.
Kind of the double whammy. You give up that touchdown, and then they're going to have to turn the ball over to them to start the second half.
Aaron Eimers, quarterback for the Greyhounds. They'll try and run at least one more play here. McDowell out to the 41, and that's going to end our first half here at Nichols Stadium in Shorewood. New Berlin Eisenhower, Ben Biko, the late touchdown, taking some of the momentum away from the Greyhounds after they scored, and it's a 28-6 game here at the half. We'll have our Big 920 halftime report coming your way next on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Welcome back to the Big 920 halftime report here on the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular. 28-6, New Berlin Eisenhower on top of Messwood tonight in the Woodland Conference Championship game. Tonight we'd like to highlight some special student athletes as we're proud to present this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week nominees. This week's nominee from New Berlin Eisenhower is Charles Bray. Charles competed in football and basketball and carries a 4.253 GPA. He was selected Woodland Conference Scholar, National Merit Commended Scholar, as well as taking several college courses. He took first place in the state chemistry competition and has been the Science Bowl team leader for the past 2 years. And this week's nominee for Messwood is Aaron Eimers. Aaron is a four-sport athlete playing football, basketball, golf, and baseball. He carries a 4.04 GPA He has been selected first-team All-Conference in baseball, football, and golf. And in the words of his athletic director, quote, "He is the true definition of a student athlete. He maintains a high GPA while being a major contributor to 4 athletic teams." Congratulations once again to this week's Thursday Night Lights Scholar Athlete nominees, and to all of our nominees from the past 8 games as well. Congratulations for your hard work. 28-6, New Berlin Eisenhower on top of Messwood tonight. We head now to Mr. John Pearson, who had a chance to visit recently with Ryan Radajewski, the Assistant Athletic Director at Bryant and Stratton College.
Now here on Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights, this is absolutely about opportunity, and one school that is giving a lot of people opportunities, one of our great sponsors, Bryant and Stratton College. Ryan Radajewski, the Associate Athletic Director, which a few years ago would have been out of the question for that even be a title. Talk about the opportunities that come for local athletes who are looking to extend beyond high school and also look for a great education.
Sure. So yeah, Bryant Stratton College, we just started athletics, junior college in 2016. We're already up to 9 sports. We offer athletic scholarships, being a Division II junior college school. So we do athletic scholarships, but then also academic scholarships.
Definitely look into it is one of the messages, but also it's amazing how quickly there's been success. The women's basketball program, that is one of the more competitive programs in the country, and yet you guys made a big splash already.
Yeah, our women's program, they made it to the national tournament in year 2, which was pretty remarkable. That's essentially making it to like the Sweet 16 for the NCAA tournament. Very successful. I think our women's and men's program, we got a new men's head coach, Matt Makerzak. I think our basketball teams are going to be really something to watch this year.
And talk a little about how somebody can get involved with this, because again, there are people looking for opportunities, they just aren't aware of them. How does somebody find out about what you offer and how to get involved with you?
Sure. So on the athletic side, you can go to bscbobcats.com, learn about currently we got men's and women's soccer and women's volleyball going, basketball starting soon, and then we also have baseball and softball. Starting cross country, women's tennis, and looking at esports for 2019. And then also academically, we've got a great nursing program, healthcare focused business programs, criminal justice, IT programs for the associate and bachelor's degree levels. That you can go to bryantandstratton.edu.
And when you enter into something nobody's doing, I mean, it's got to be exciting, but it also had to be like you could do a lot of things for a living. To see the success so quickly and to see the commitment is there. What's that mean to you? Because, I mean, you wear this everywhere. You wear this little Bobcat head.
Sure. Yeah. No, a lot of times I take a step back sometimes and say, wow, we've really accomplished a lot over the last 2.5, 3 years at Bryant and Stratton. And it's great, too, to see student athletes earning their degree here. And then we've gotten a lot of kids going to NAIA schools or NCAA Division I or II schools continuing on to their sport. But a lot of times, too, kids are just like, hey, I got my associate degree in nursing and I'm, working in the field now as a nurse, but yet I played some, college sports while earning my degree.
All right, I'm supposed to be a borderline journalist, but let me just say, go Bobcats.
There you go.
Ryan, thank you so much. We thank Bryant and Stratton College for being part of our broadcast this season here on Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. And, of course, through the magic of television now, we head to our sideline. We have John Pearson live.
I am magical. Yes, indeed. I'm kind of your superhero, I know. But one of the superhero groups we deal with is Sweetwater here that protects the watershed along the Milwaukee River, the Kinnickinnick River. And Kristen Schenecker joins us now from the Sweetwater. And it's that time of year when we want to look at pretty leaves and things like that. But those pretty leaves can cause some problems. And a big part of what Sweetwater's doing involves that.
Yeah, they look great when they're up on the trees, but as soon as they start falling, you really got to be careful because if they get into our waterways, that can be really detrimental to the health of the fish and just all of us in general that live in the watershed.
Okay, and Adopt a Storm Drain is a big part of that. Talk a little bit about, it's Sparkles, the water spaniel, joining us live, and he looks hungry, so let's talk about still Adopt a Storm Drain is a big part of things, and try and keep a straight face. I don't know which face is goofier to you then.
Yeah, Adopt a Storm Drain. So whenever these leaves are falling, they'll sometimes clog up our storm drains and everything, and that'll cause flooding in the streets, or the leaves kind of act like tea leaves, right? They'll leach different nutrients like phosphorus into the waterway, and that's not good for the health of the wildlife either.
Okay, it is getting colder. It seems like in winter, people forget about all the things they need to do. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so soon we're going to be seeing snow, unfortunately, as well. Well, maybe you like snow, but I'm from the South and I'm not too super sure about it. But whenever you're putting salt down on the road, you want to make sure that you're not putting too much down because that gets into the waters too.
All right, look up Sweetwater, the Southeast Wisconsin Watershed Trust, so you can help out and you can adopt a storm drain, spark, and also respectourwaters.org. And, oh, he's just eating the fleas that are already in my hair, guys.
All right, John, thank you very much. 28-6 in favor of New Berlin Eisenhower. Halftime here of our Woodland Conference Championship game. Back with more of the Big 920 Halftime Report when we return on My 24. Welcome back to the Big 920 Halftime Report here on Heiser Automotive Group's Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular. It's been all New Berlin Eisenhower, up 28-6 on the Messwood Greyhounds here tonight. Let's head back down to our sidelines once again. Here's Mike McGivern and Carol Kane.
We don't have a puppet, so I've got ear things pretending that it's a puppet.
It's cold out here, and we're having a good time. It's a great football game, and we're having a lot of fun, but it is a little chilly out here.
It is cold, and my alma mater Messwood's on the dark side of this one. They might come back the second half. What's going on? CW18, a lot of good things.
We have a lot of fun coming up at CW18, and Sunday is going to be a great kickoff party because we are going to have the premiere of Supergirl and also the reboot of Gilmore Girls. You want to see a clip?
I do.
Let's watch.
So, Macy, your power is?
I can move stuff with my mind.
Demonstration, please. Impressive. Maggie, what is your power?
I can read minds.
Very well. What number am I thinking of?
8.93 to the power of 6 million.
Lucky guess. Mel.
I can freeze and unfreeze time.
Does that come in handy?
When I want to put funny hats on people, yeah.
I see. And Cara.
Well, I can fly.
Of course.
I run really fast.
Naturally.
Also, I'm crazy strong.
Oh, sure.
I can see through stuff.
Got it.
Basically, nothing can hurt me.
Okay, now you're just showing off.
My eyes shoot laser beams.
Oh, come on.
I can hear stuff from, like, miles away.
Okay, we get it.
Oh, and I can freeze things just by blowing on them. I can break through
You
walls.
might be here for a while.
Sundays are for the CW. All new, Sunday starting October 14th on CW18.
Charmed, and that's going to be on Sunday night.
It wasn't the Gilmore Girls, right?
No, Charmed.
Okay, Charmed.
All right, you want to be down at 42 Ale House in St. Francis at 7 o'clock for our viewing party for Supergirl and the reboot of Charmed. Make sure you're there. It's going to be a really great time.
Sunday night,
7 o'clock.
It's going to be fun. I'll be there. I'm going to bring the puppet. It's awesome. See you guys.
All right, Mike. Carol, thank you so much. 28-6, Eisenhower on top of the Greyhounds from Shorewood Messmer here tonight. Messwood, as they like to be called. And time now to take a look at our watch party tomorrow night, the Big 920 Games to Watch, brought to you by the Big 920, WOKY. Some big ball games, interesting contests to wrap up the regular season.
Right, Waukesha West, First Catholic Memorial, trying to get second place in that Classic 8, help you for the seeding in the playoffs.
First place on the line, St. Francis. We saw Lake Country Lutheran earlier this year.
Very good team. St. Francis also, I believe, undefeated in the conference.
And finally, in City Conference play, the crossover championship game. We saw Riverside 2 weeks ago. They'll be taking on Reagan.
Riverside with unbelievable speed. Reagan runs that very tight wing formation. Lots of runs inside, outside. Should be an interesting matchup.
And on the Big 920 High School Game of the Week, that features a Greater Metro Conference clash, Sussex-Hamilton at Germantown. That is on 9:20 a.m. or on the iHeart Radio app, keyword the Big 920. Sussex-Hamilton and Germantown. That's the Big 920 Game of the Week. Eisenhower on top of Messwood, 28-6. We'll have more of our Big 920 halftime report when we return. And welcome back. The Big 920 Halftime Report continues here on My 24, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular. Time now for our U.S. Army interview. Here's John Pearson.
All right, guys. Yes, indeed. We are so excited every time the Army is out here, partially because we feel really safe. And, of course, we have Eisenhower playing tonight, and that's kind of a big deal to you guys. That's kind of an important name. But Brock Brown, the staff sergeant with us, tell me a little bit about the message of what you try and get across. You only have so much time with these kids who have a lot of curiosity about what you do in the Army.
Yeah, we need to break down the stereotype of what everybody thinks of the Army. It's not all about combat. It's not all about infantry. That's generally been the stereotype. And just getting the barrier broken to get the kids to approach you, to be more approachable as recruiters, and tell them the benefits that the Army has, not just full-time but part-time, and how we can benefit them educationally and provide them with a little bit of purpose, maybe some motivation, maybe some direction, or a combination of all three of those.
What are some of the opportunities beyond the Army? Obviously, you'd love them to stay in the Army as for life if they want to be, but when they get those opportunities that maybe even surprise them that the 18-year-old self may not know about when they're in the Army for a couple of years.
Yes, definitely. We have a lot of jobs that give you certifications that you can utilize outside of the Army. Things that you would have to pay for in the civilian sector, you can get it for free through the Army. You can do a couple years, and if you choose to stay in, that's great. If not, you can get out. No one's going to think anything less of you. Get out, use those education benefits, and use those certifications to get right into the civilian workforce, and then use educationally and get more.
All right, quickly, if they want, besides finding you, how do they find out more?
You can go to goarmy.com, click on your local recruiting station, and it'll give you a phone number and our address, and call. We're friendly, we want to give you information, and there's no obligations just to talk to a recruiter.
All right, and Sergeant Brown's a little torn tonight because Eisenhower is very important in Army history, but Shorewood's his school, so we don't know you don't know who to root for tonight, guys.
All right, John, thank you very much. Time now for our United States Army first half highlights tonight, and pretty much all New Berlin Eisenhower, at least early on.
Early on. Himmelspach, you can see him driving.
That's the first of his 2 touchdowns. Second one coming up right here. Look at how he gets through that hole.
Plants that foot, outside foot, cuts it up, and shoots right through.
14-0 Eisenhower at that point. A little pose for the picture. And then Helke gets into the act here.
Little pop pass, slants in on that goal line.
21-0 at that point, but the Greyhounds were able to respond. They get a touchdown pass here late in the first half. Campbell, his 3rd reception of the year.
Yeah, excellent throw that time. Put it right on the mark to Campbell.
The extra point was no good. That made it 21-6, and for a moment you thought the Greyhounds had some life, but not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say.
Right. I mean, in a case where he should have been sacked, shakes himself loose, throws it downfield, defensive back misjudges, Beekle in for the score.
And Beekle makes it 28-6. That's where we stand here at the half. We'll take our final halftime break, be back with third quarter action from Shorewood right after this. We're ready to go for the start of our third quarter. Boy, the fans here on the press box side entertained here during the break. Some outstanding dance moves. I'd like to see Mike McGivern try that once or twice.
And I bet he could do it.
I would pay to see it. Lions will get the football to start this second half with the lead. Helke takes it across the 40 out to the 44-yard line. Again, short field here for the New Berlin Eisenhower. That's been the theme throughout the first half. They were able to take advantage of that short field. This is what we were watching during the commercial break.
Using props and everything. It's
some good stuff. First and 10 Lions, just shy of their own 45-yard line. Himmelspach come around the right side, and he's got some room into Greyhound territory, out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Jack Himmelspach with 2 touchdowns in that first half, picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, 6'2", 197, tough, hard-nosed runner. 20 touchdowns on the year. Not a bad senior year so far.
Got a reminder that tonight's Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular, is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. Also a reminder, this game will be rebroadcast Sunday night at 7 here on My24. Himmelspach on first down takes it down to the 33-yard line. Short gain. He's only touched the ball maybe 6 or 7 times tonight, but he's got 2 touchdowns to show for it.
They've been trying to spread the ball around a little bit, a couple key passes that Seifert's been able to hit on as well.
And that offensive line of Council, McNerney, Anderson, Freichel's playing tonight, and Shields at that right tackle. Fake to Himmelspach. Seifert will keep it. Not much there. Good job defensively. Guys up front. B.J. Prescott, the defensive end, made first contact on Seifert that time. Takes him down short of the first down. Sets up a 3rd and 5 here for New Berlin Eisenhower. And now that they've got Himmelspach involved in that, you can do so much more off that with the swipe and the play action. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Helke, inside run. Helke breaking tackles inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Gain of 7 and a Gruber Law Office's first down for the Lions.
Yeah, they distract you with that jet sweep look and then just give the ball to the near back.
Yeah, Lewis in motion. Sometimes he will get that on that jet sweep. He has 12 carries already this year and a touchdown. So a Gruber Law Office's first down, 1 call, that's all. Our first down's being sponsored this quarter by Gruber Law Offices. Seifert rolls left, looking right, now on the scramble. Seifert breaks 1 tackle, down to the 19. Prescott again in there. B.J. Prescott, senior. 22 tackles now on the season for Prescott as you get a look at Seifert. 5'11", 170, Gabe Seifert. A couple of touchdown passes in that first half. Again, kind of learning on the job. He's growing into this as the quarterback here for the Lions. 2nd and long. They'll fake, Seifert will keep it, and he'll be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Looked like that was Kamonte Thomas in there along with Mark Hughes. You get a look at Thomas, 6'2", 160, a junior.
Yeah, I can see one of the things that the Eisenhower coaches decided to do, they have Will Wendlick in there for Freilich. Freilich, a little bit of ankle as well as knee problems, so they're going to keep him out of the rest of this game. Trying to make sure he's ready for the playoffs.
They're down here, 3rd and 8 from the 20. Seifert going to throw out of the backfield. Catch is made. First down and more. Breaking tackles. Helke in for his 2nd touchdown tonight. 3rd touchdown thrown by Seifert. 2nd one tonight to Eli Helke. And the Lions off and rolling here midway through this 3rd quarter, 34-6.
Helke's showing he's a real tough, determined runner as well. And when you get, Himmelspach, Helke, you take Lewis coming by on the jet sweeps. You've got a quarterback, Seifert, who can carry the ball. They're really trying to make sure that they've got a diversified offense.
Again, this will be Layler. He was questionable tonight, still out there kicking in this cold weather. Drills the extra point, 35-6. Here's another look at that 3rd touchdown pass thrown by Seifert tonight. Slipping Helke out of the backfield, and he broke 4 different tackles to get into the end zone. Tough runner, just a junior.
Notice him cover that ball up as he's running.
Listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz Show presented by your local Pick and Save stores this Saturday morning at 10. Mike McGivern and Ryan McMillan will be live from State Fair Park for the NARI Milwaukee Home Improvement Show. Ryan Lucchese, D coordinator at Muskego. Sean Crowley, assistant coach here at New Berlin Eisenhower. The entire offensive line from Marquette High. And Connor Blunt, who's currently the quarterback at Oregon State University, will be the guests Saturday from 10 to noon. Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan.
That's quite a lineup. Ryan Lucchese's done an excellent job at Muskego. We've certainly seen demonstrated tonight Sean Crowley's defense's prowess. And the offensive line for Marquette. I wonder if Mike's going to treat him to breakfast.
That could run into several hundreds of dollars for that group. And a short kickoff. Out across the 30. And he'll get out to the 40-yard line. Good field position here. Heron on the carry. Best field position of the night to start a drive here outside of the fumble recovery earlier. But Greyhounds need to get something going here offensively. We saw a little spark of that late in the second quarter.
Right, and unfortunately that touchdown pass to Biko let the air out of the balloon, and now all of a sudden Eisenhower gets the ball to start the second half, goes down and score. You got to decide, okay, is that going to be the operating procedure for the rest of the game, or are we going to find ourselves demonstrating that we've got an offense that can do something in the playoffs?
3 receivers, single back is McDowell in the backfield. He'll get the call. The 42 and driven back there. 2-yard pickup will set up second down and 8. I want to thank you to Dan for providing our wonderful food again tonight for the Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. You can check them out at dandanmke.com for the complete menu and delivery options.
I wonder if we tell them we've got a game next week if they deliver some food. It's been excellent all year. They're really some.
We thank them.
Fine meals.
Very, very good food from Dan. We appreciate that all season long. Second and 8 from the 42. Well, again, wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job getting in there. Davey Council, 6'3" senior on the defensive end, able to slip in there and make the play.
Coming into tonight, he already had 32 tackles, in on 32 tackles over the year. We'll see him play off. You can see Shields keeping that position, using hands. The defensive linemen for Eisenhower really keep their shoulders square, dominate that line of scrimmage.
Well, 3rd and long for Messwood here. And they'll go with the 2 receivers near side, single receiver top of your screen. So McDowell in the backfield. Eimers wants to throw, steps up, and it's intercepted. Deflected pass to Shara. Shara with the return inside the 35, 25-20. He'll take it in himself for the pick 6. Jake Shara, a finalist for the Jim Leonard Defensive Back of the Year award, making his case here with the pick 6 interception return.
When you've got 2 finalists for the Jim Leonard Award in your defensive backfield, you're starting from a position of strength. Overthrew that.
Campbell was the intended receiver, and then looking for his blocks. And virtually untouched is Shara into the end zone with the pick 6.
Honorable mention, all conference a year ago, one of the captains for this year's team.
Layler on once again to kick the extra point. Gabe Olson, a junior, on the hold. Isaac Feichels normally snaps but whistles before the play here. They're taking too much time here.
Offside actually on the D.
Referee Pat Miles will give us the explanation.
On the defense, number 29, penalize half the distance to the goal.
Move that extra point inside the 2-yard line here. The Lions now have the stage set for a running clock here. As Layler looks to add the extra point. Olsen able to get the high snap down, and this one is through. 42-6, New Berlin Eisenhower with 6:38 to go here in this third quarter. We'll take our break. Back with more on our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, the Woodland Conference Championship on My 24. Shara's 61-yard pick six has given New Berlin Eisenhower the 42-6 lead. For all of the info on the green and gold, including special guests, players, and more, watch Locker Room Tuesday nights at 9 on My Place for Sports, My 24. Lions get a running clock here now, at least the rest of this third quarter, unless the Greyhounds can score. Ryan with some running room down the outside. Upended near the 45-yard line. Samuel Taus able to get in there. We've talked about him tonight. He's going to say, well, if my teammate's in line for a Leonard Award, why don't I get something on special teams here?
You know, you see Sam go down there, another two-way player. You know, so wonder how their coaches would vote. which guy would get the award?
There you get a look at Taus, the senior. Made that play on special teams, his teammate. Shara with that 61-yard pick six. Messwood with some work to do here. Dow finding some running room. Tripped up shy of the first down. Good run. Longest run by McDowell tonight. Shara, who just scored that touchdown, steps in to make the tackle.
Yeah, you look at Taus, Shara, and Lewis. That's a very effective defensive backfield.
So a gain of 8 sets up second down and 2 near the 47-yard line of the Lions. Again, McDowell will pick up the first down near the 41-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play for Zoe McDowell. And he's had 100 yards or more rushing in 7 of the first 8 games this year. It's interesting that the only time he did not get to 100 yards was the loss to New Berlin West.
Yeah, there have been a couple common opponents for these two teams, and you know, you maybe see the difference in the East Division, West Division when you look at those comparative scores.
A Gruber Law Office's first down here for the Greyhounds. Try and swing it out near side Campbell. Campbell caught the touchdown pass earlier. Nice little move to the outside. Able to get a couple. Max Lewis made the stop. Campbell with the touchdown reception late in that second quarter.
Eisenhower working a couple of younger players in. I see John Wessling is in at outside linebacker position for the Lions right now.
Second down, 6 from the 37. McDowell again running up the middle inside the 30 will pick up another first down to the 27-yard line of the Lions. Nate Clark, inside linebacker, making the tackle.
Offensive coordinator Rob Young wants to see, can Messwood kind of get some of that juju back that they had going into this game, feel that they are going to be able to do something as they get into the playoffs.
Perrine will line up in a slot left side. He'll toss to McDowell. Trying to get the edge. Cut back inside. Lost his footing as he tried to make that plant and move. Shara again in on that stop for the Lions.
You can see how quickly Shara read that play, got up to the line of scrimmage, forced the runner to cut back inside, and he slipped as he was cutting on his cut.
Well, stay tuned. At the end of the game tonight, we'll highlight our player of the game, brought to you by the United States Army. Army Strong. Got a whole list here we could go through. Try and find a player of the game. Second and long. Fake the toss to McDowell. Imos gets it up in the air, and it's thrown short and picked off again. He'll take it out of the end zone. Coming back the near side with it is Lewis, out across the 15-yard line. Max Lewis, the other defensive back in that defensive backfield for the Lions, making his name known here tonight. Gets the interception, second pick tonight.
Now, I'm not super on math, but I do believe that gives him 17 interceptions on the year. You can see why Eisenhower said they like to see what their defense can do in terms of controlling the game, and then their offense just keeps operating.
Second turnover by the Greyhounds here late in this third quarter. And again, with the 35-point rule in effect, working on a running clock here. And we'll hand it off. Short gain. On the carry is Jack Olszewski, 5'8" junior. Getting some time in there. Himmelspach with a pair of touchdowns tonight. Isaiah Thompson there to make the stop, the defensive end for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, at 6'6", basketball player. His first 2 years, as we mentioned earlier on, this is only his second year playing football, and has quite a bit of potential. Leading sacker for Messwood on the year.
Well, Coach Davis talked about his play in that New Berlin West game, kind of his coming out following that game. Nice play there to seal off the edge, take Olszewski down. Campbell able to make the stop there. Only a gain of 2, so a third and a good 6 here for the Lions.
Yeah, Campbell, a two-way player. Messwood only has 2 guys that go both ways, and Eisenhower, on the other hand, has 6.
Lions will stay in the huddle here to let this third quarter run out. So the 61-yard interception return for a touchdown by Shara has opened up this 36-point lead. Eisenhower over Messwood tonight. And we'll head to the fourth quarter, the Woodland Conference Championship game, part of the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular on My 24. Lions all over the Greyhounds here as we begin our fourth quarter. Woodland Conference Championship game. Lions facing a 3rd and 6 to begin this fourth quarter, and there goes Helke. Off to the races, Eli Helke. A 75-yard touchdown run. Simple dive, just going up the middle.
They get a little, watching the backfield, you should see that fake again on that, give him a kind of that jet sweep look. Fake the quarterback keeping the ball, and he's gone.
That's Helke's second touchdown tonight. This one from 75 yards on the ground.
Each week we're tasked with coming up with the player of the game, and as you look at Eisenhower, they've got a number of young men very deserving of that award.
It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year for Helke. And the kick is no good. I think that was the freshman kicking for Eisenhower.
Connor Lumens, 5'7", 130-pound freshman.
Getting a chance to kick the extra point and came up just a little bit short. And
teammates are trying to console him.
They were on the sideline here. They were all ready for him as we head down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
So guys on the Eisenhower sidelines are going to start getting some other kids in the game, feeling pretty good about the way they came out at halftime and took care of business. You're going to start seeing some kids that have gotten some time because they've run up the score a little bit on some teams this year. You're going to see some talented young kids coming the rest of the game. Back to you, boys.
Mike, thank you very much.
Tough.
Really, we go back late that second quarter. Greyhounds scored. They thought they were going to be in the game, and then That touchdown pass to Biko really took all the starch out.
Right. Got to be a tough evening for Mike tonight, a Messmer grad. And I think Mike looks back and he says those years at Messmer High, 5 best years of my life as he spent time.
That is also our watershed moment tonight, brought to you by Sweetwater. The touchdown pass, not Mike McGivern. He's going to have a rebuttal.
He's got a rebuttal. Yes. I can see him setting it up.
This came at the end of the second quarter. Seifert, as Biko got behind the defense. Our watershed moment brought to you by the fine folks at respectourwaters.org. You can be a game changer in your watershed when it rains, stormwater washes litter, yard waste, chemicals, and other debris into our rivers and lakes. Visit respectourwaters.org to learn what you can do to prevent water pollution. Nice return for the Greyhounds. And I believe this will be your rebuttal, Mike.
You're right. The best 5.5 years of my life. I wanted to go back and finish. They said no. Hail to thee, my alma mater, best in all the land. Messmer High, boys, is a great, great school.
We heard you singing that on your show on Saturday morning last week.
1st and 10. Eimert's going to keep it. He's going to take it out to midfield before he is finally put down on the turf. Aaron Eimers, the quarterback, brought down by Flipwoods, the inside linebacker. Again, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor for our sideline reports, and that has been Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin all season long. And the opportunity to talk with sponsors, coaches, and other guests down on the sidelines and finding out what's going on in the schools and the communities we visited all season long. Again, our sideline reports brought to you this season by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Thank Gina Pella and all the fine folks there for that sponsorship once again this season. 2nd and 5 for the Greyhounds. And Eimertz will fake the run. They'll pass it outside here. Perrine with some running room, and Perrine's going to find the end zone. 50-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Eimers to Delroy Perrine. That is his 2nd touchdown reception of the season.
Play action fake on that. Eimers really rode that ball into the line. Step back, threw it out to the side.
You can see the corner and the 2 safeties bit immediately on that and just vacated that side of the field. And led Perrine down the sideline.
You know, it's a tough night in some ways for Messwood, but you also have to celebrate how far they've come when you think about this program. And we heard Mike McGivern send best wishes to Ron Davies, who's kind of the father of this program. And, you know, Coach Davis mentioned that he had worked with Chad Hoffman and Drake Zortman. And it's how far this program has come. And I think Messwood's got a lot to be proud of and just getting to this championship game, but I know they're not going to be content with that.
They're going to try for the 2-point conversion here. And movement off the end.
To the snap. False start. Number 6 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
So that one, a foul on the end out there, Cal Curran. So they'll try the 2-point conversion from the 8-yard line.
Cal is usually the long snapper. I'm not quite sure why he was out there at the his tight end position.
He'll go in motion. Try to pass to the back of the end zone. Catch is made for the 2-point conversion. Cal Curran.
That's why he's out there at that end position.
Yes. Makes the 2-point conversion. Makes it 48-14 early here in the 4th. That was a 2-play drive. And Perrine with that 50-yard touchdown reception. Again on that play fake. Found himself wide open here between the numerals and the near hash. Curran, who's normally the long snapper, able to get in on a 2-point conversion.
Messwood, find a couple things that they can take some pride in having accomplished this evening. And then just because you lose this game, you can't let it affect what might happen next week. So I'm sure the coaching staff is trying to find as many positives as they can so that these guys can build on what they've accomplished so far this year.
Yeah, you can't let this one sail into next week and affect your preparation for your first-round playoff matchup, and that's what the Greyhounds will have. Remember, they're playoff eligible as well, so.
Now they'll be in Division II. The enrollment from the two schools puts them to that point. Eisenhower, meanwhile, will be in Division III, and one of the things that looms as a possibility is, will they find themselves matched up with Catholic Memorial, whom they faced last year?
Yeah, that question out there, and who may go out and face one of the Madison schools early on as well. Line drive, kick. Nice return out to the 38-yard line. It was 24, Andrew Lockett, the sophomore, listed as a wide receiver, able to make the return out to the 38-yard line. And again, we started the second half of the fourth quarter with a running clock. It remains a running clock for the remaining rest of the game. Gabe Olson now in at quarterback here for the Lions.
Young man who was featured along with his family's story in the pregame show.
Father, assistant coach on this team. Battled through colon cancer and try and set something up here. Was looking for a screen, now running for his life, and will be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Gabe Olson. Rough welcome into this ball game. And Anthony Acevedo was in on there. 2-yard loss on the sack, sets up a 2nd down and 12. Yeah, Eisenhower wanted to get through this game with the win, make them an undefeated conference champion, which certainly enhances your chances of hosting at least a first round, maybe a second round game as well, should you get to that point. Try and run it up the right side and out to the 43-yard line. That was Jack Shilsky, junior running back, getting some time now. Himmelspach getting the second half off here, scoring 2 first-quarter touchdowns, put his team up quickly in this ball game, 14-0, and they were off to the races, as they say. It'll be 3rd and about 5 here for the Lions. Shilsky will get it again, bounces off one tackle, second effort, close to a first down.
You can see that little cross buck action, fake the back one way, give it to the other back, takes a stagger step, cuts back the other side.
He stops short of the first down. I'm going to bring up a 4th and 1. We'll see what Matt Kern has planned here. On his way to a 2nd straight Woodland Conference title here in the final 7 minutes. Shilsky again will get the first down right at midfield. That will move the chains once again. And again, the running clock that started here in the 4th quarter will continue on here. B.J. Prescott making the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Number of guys getting a chance is, Mike mentioned that they were going to start trying to make sure they got a lot of kids into this game.
New receiver in here in the near side. It's going to be Mason Klafka, junior. Line up in single coverage here for Olson, the quarterback. He's just going to hand it off. Oshilsky with some running room again over the right side. Oshilsky down to the 35-yard line. 15-yard run by Oshilsky and another first down, brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College Athletics here in this fourth quarter. Good seal block by the Klafka, the wide receiver out here on this near side. Did a nice job opening up that hole for Oshilski here. From the 35, 1st and 10. This time they stopped Oshilski at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd down and 10. We head down to the sidelines once again. Here's John Pearson.
Hey, we normally don't do breaking news here, but hello there. We don't normally do breaking news here on Thursday Night Lights, Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights, but our Karen Murray, who is here helping out, well, she had to leave for a reason. It's a pretty good reason. She's a grandma. Her son and wife had a baby. Harrison Thomas Murray was born at 7:56 tonight. It is officially, I've checked with Mike McGivern, it is our first TNL baby. His feelings were not hurt that the baby is not named Mike McGivern Murray. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Okay, John, thank you very much. Oshilski around the left side. And he's going to pick up, or very close to picking up a first down out on that far sideline. Just too much of that offensive line tonight for the Lions.
So Charlie Bray helping to lead that blocking, recognized tonight as one of our scholar athletes of the evening. You know, so many of these student athletes are exactly that. You've 4.0, 4.2 GPAs, you know, combining the best of what high school can be.
Trying to play multiple sports and still succeed academically in the classroom. Olsen has some room around the right side, breaks the tackle at the 10 and dives inside the 5. Abe Olsen, 5'10", 154, the junior. A nice little run.
Good competition in camp going into the season between Seifert and Olsen. You know, having 200 classmen as quarterback is a nice luxury.
1st and goal, Lions, spotted at the 3. Olsen will take the snap. Keep it himself. Follow Oshilski into the end zone for the touchdown. Locked in on the backside of Oshilski that time and walked it in from 3 yards out. Putting a lot of different plays on tape here tonight, giving these playoff teams in the next couple weeks something to think about.
For these guys who help all through the year practicing, you know, you're out there to be part of a team, and that's, you know, you understand your role. Same point, you know, being you like to get your time.
Connor Lumens, the freshman, back on, trying to make his first extra point. Olsen will hold. Or whistles before the kick. Flag came down before the snap.
Number 1.
Offside penalty here against the, I think it was Sam Campbell, who kind of walked into the neutral zone. Don't think that won't go unnoticed by Tony Davis when he gets the film out there. You just don't care what the score is. You got to keep your mind on what you're doing. You just don't wander into the neutral zone.
Very energetic guy.
Yes.
We watched him at practice on Tuesday, you know, and you know, praising his guys, but at the same time challenging them.
Now Lumens to attempt the extra point. This one is up, and this one is through for the freshman Lumens. And look at the sideline. The guys on the sideline, they don't think they're into this.
Real size differential there, isn't there?
We'll take our break. 55-14, Eisenhower on top of Messwood. New Berlin Eisenhower on their way to a second straight Woodland Conference title late here in this fourth quarter. Milwaukee Admirals hockey coming your way here on My 24 Sports with a sweet matchup against the Hershey Bears live from Panther Arena. Don't miss the action this Saturday night at 7 on My 24.
Connor getting a chance to kick off here now.
A short kick taken at the 30-yard line. One of the big linemen, and he's breaking containment. He is on his way down the near sideline. He will take it almost to the goal line as he was chased down from behind. Isaiah Conte, 5'11", 220, the senior. How fitting. He was one of the players Coach Davis talked about getting his guys into the weight room during this summer season.
A dream come true. You know, you're a...
You play on the line all season long. You're the left tackle. You're not going to see much action. Here on special teams, you're playing part of the first wave and nearly ran it back, the kickoff back for the touchdown.
Able to look at coach and say, see, I told you I should have been in the backfield.
Had me misplayed all last 3 years here on this team. They will spot it at the 5-yard line. First and goal, Messwood. Curran now will work from quarterback position. And they'll get it in from 5 yards out. Marshawn Bolden, a junior, his first touch tonight, and it's for 6. Once again, here's the return by the big man, Conte. He knew what he was going to do. He put his head down. And
got that ball to the outside.
Yes. Finally got chased out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And then the touchdown run following Bolden, his first touch tonight, and it goes for 6. Again, they will attempt the 2-point conversion. Curran going to throw it into the end zone. It's picked off in the back of the end zone. Aaron Jackson got back there to take the pick for New Berlin Eisenhower. So the 2-point conversion, no good, 55-20. Minute 49 remaining in this one. And tried to force that one. Looking for Campbell. Taken away. That's been the story tonight. I think we've talked about it up here. The defense is really what has sparked this team. They've come up with some big plays today, a pair of interceptions, 3 sacks, pick off on that 2-point attempt. A couple of tackle for losses tonight. Boy, that's just an aggressive defense, and Sean Crowley's got to be pleased with the way his defense is played here tonight, a defensive coordinator for New Berlin Eisenhower.
Yeah, Coach Curran said there are, 2 parts of the puzzle that have really fit together so well for Eisenhower this year. It's been their offensive line, how well they play, and their defense.
Lockett and Nugent standing back to receive. This will be a short kick again, taken by one of the linemen up front. That was Will Wendlick who got that one, brought down by David Flores, ran him to the boundary on the near sideline.
He probably had dreams of going down that sideline and perhaps scoring.
Well, the Lions will make it 2 in a row. They'll head into the playoffs as an undefeated conference champion. Again, they made it all the way to Madison last year, losing to Rice Lake in the Division III finals, and they'd like to rectify that. Coach Kearns will tell you that Matt Kern didn't really say too much about that. Last year was last year. Now they focus ahead to this year.
He said, there are a lot of guys on this team who played a year ago, but they were concentrating on this season, this game. Victory formation.
Take the snap here.
One
knee.
All through the game, I've been noticing Messwood and Eisenhower players shaking each other's hands, patting each other on the back. I think they respect one another and what they have achieved throughout the year, and that's excellent to see.
Officials are going to hold them back here. Going to wait for that clock to get under 25 before they get it reset here. So New Berlin Eisenhower runs the gauntlet here in this Woodland Conference, an undefeated conference champion. They don't need to snap it, according to the officials. So for the 2018 season, your Woodland Conference championship comes back to New Berlin Eisenhower. Back-to-back championships. They'll head into the playoffs as an undefeated conference champion for 2018. Congratulations to the Lions, Woodland Conference champions for 2018. We'll pause, take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game report. We'll hand out our Player of the Game award and the 2 trophies. Yeah, plenty of hardware to give away when we come back. 55-20, Eisenhower over Messwood, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. New Berlin Eisenhower Lions 9-0 on the season. They run the table, and they are the undefeated conference champions of the Woodland Conference for 2018 as they knock off Shorewood Messmer tonight by a final of 55-20. Back-to-back championships for Coach Kern.
His staff has done an amazing job, the players, and I think you can't say enough about what Coach Kern has done.
Let's head down to the sideline for our Player of the Game award, or awards, I should say, right, Mike?
Hey, it is. In fact, our budget just went through the roof with all these awards, guys. Defensive Player of the Game is this defense from Eisenhower. I asked these guys, hey, who should I talk to? They're like, talk to him. No, I'm not talking to him. Hey, you guys played awfully well tonight, have been playing really well as a unit for the entire year. Yes?
Yes.
Hey, man, come on. You got to give me more than that. You guys last year got to where everybody thought that you could get to. You got one more step this year to take care of, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, man, come on. No, he's just, look, you know what? He's doing great. Hey, come on. How you feeling about this group?
I feel great. We have a bunch of great players and coaches on this team.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Sergeant Washburn, talk to these guys about what it is to be a U.S. Army guy and congratulate this whole defense.
All right, so tonight I watched you guys play pretty awesome. In the Army, we play as a team. You guys came together as a team, and you guys rocked it. So on behalf of the United States Army, I'd like to present your team with this trophy.
Man, he's got to get a lot more of those. Hey, boys, back to you. We'll get a couple more trophies going next. I'm going to get a couple guys that want to talk to me next time.
All right, Mike, thank you. Yeah, our Player of the Game award goes to the defense for New Berlin Eisenhower with good reason tonight, right. Terry.
You'll watch it, pick off, 2 interceptions on the evening.
Max Lewis right there with the first of 2. Sacks tonight, 3 sacks.
Nate Clark coming in there, dropping the quarterback.
And that's our defensive package tonight. Defensive Player of the Game award. There's the pick 6 right here coming up. The 61-yard return by Jake Shara, captain of the team. Leading that defense tonight, our Player of the Game goes to the defense for New Berlin Eisenhower. Our Player of the Game presentation brought to us all season long by the United States Army, Army Strong. Let's head down to the sideline for our Winners Trophy presentation brought to you by Rudig Trophies. When you think trophies, think Rudig Trophies. Once again, here's Mike.
Hey, Coach, getting used to this. 2 years in a row with you guys. Congratulations, Woodland champs.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We don't take for granted going 9-0. I mean, doing that 2 straight years is unbelievably difficult, and it's a credit to the work that our kids have put in, that's for sure.
Coach, I sit and listen to your coaching staff and you. And this is a really good quality staff that you put together at Ike. And these kids really listen well, and they respond to the coaches on the sidelines. It's really impressive to be over here.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that because our staff works super hard, and the best thing about our team this year has been we just keep getting better every single week, and the kids keep responding to what we ask them to do. And I think if we can keep doing that, we've got every goal in front of us that we want to hit this year.
You bet. Coach, good luck the rest of the way, boys. You're going to have another one right here where it says now Eisenhower 2 years in a row. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way. Well done, boys.
Congratulations to New Berlin Eisenhower, Woodland Conference champs for 2018, back-to-back conference championships as they head into the playoffs at 9-0. We'll take our break and a final word from Shorewood High School when we return on My 24. So another season of Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights comes to an end. New Berlin Eisenhower caps off our 2018 season, winning the Woodland Conference Championship over Messwood tonight.
2 years in a row with an impressive performance by New Berlin Eisenhower.
Great schedule again this year. 15 of the 18 teams we featured this year are playoff eligible.
Right, and we wish them the best. We can't thank the coaches, athletic directors, their staffs, and all the participating schools.
Fun season. We want to thank our crew that comes up and produces this broadcast for you. Our My 24 sports crew has done an outstanding job. Again, a reminder, tonight's game will be rebroadcast Sunday night at 7 right here on My 24. Again, a big thank you to the My 24 sports crew and also to our sideline reporters, John Pearson all season long, Mike McGivern, Carol Kane joining us this season as well. George Papacristo, the rookie, our spotter up here in the booth, did a fine job. Ryan Horvat on stats. And you, my friend Terry Kelly, nice job as always.
It's been a pleasure working with you. We can't thank Paul Rudolph, Paul Fix, all the guys, Tom, everybody from Channel 24. They make this a fun experience, as do all these kids.
John Weiser wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Shorewood tonight. New Berlin Eisenhower, a winner, the Woodland Conference champion. Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24.
Heiser Automotive Group's Thursday Night Lights, presented by U.S. Cellular on My 24, is brought to you by Heiser. Today's your day. U.S. Cellular, in the middle of nowhere. Additional support has been provided by the U.S. Army, Gruber Law Offices, Salvation Army, Sweetwater, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Empire Beauty School, the Big 920, and Bryant and Stratton College Athletics.